Now more than ever, you have tons of time with your family. And well, it's a lot of togetherness. A lot. Mix that with quarantine, uncertain times, and other parts of life that are still happening. Sprinkle in some homeschooling, and it's the perfect recipe for any mom to lose it. I love my family so much, and I'm sure you do too. I mean, that's probably why you're watching this video right now. So I'm going to share with you an inside look of the reasons why, the real reasons why I lose my shit as a mom, so we can get over being mad moms. I'm Stephanie, author of the Amazon bestseller, Embrace the Beautiful Chaos of Motherhood, and I help moms find their zen in the whirlwind craziness of motherhood and in life. In this video, we're talking about how not to lose your shit as a mom, especially while quarantined with your lovely family. Watch all the way to the end to discover all 5 triggers, the internal triggers, and how to handle them. I also have a couple of freebies for you at the end that I would love to share with you, and I'm sure that they will help you get through all of this with less anger and less stress. For real life advice for moms, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. I am a mom of 3, 2 boys and a girl, and I've lived on both sides of the chaos as a mom. On the one side, just being totally overwhelmed by it, a lot of times reacting in anger. And then on the flip side, coming from a more centered and balanced approach in spite of the chaos going on around me. I've taken the steps and continue to take them to find that peace. And it isn't as tricky as I once thought it was. And actually now it's my job to help other moms find that peace and bring more balance into their beautiful chaos of motherhood. I wrote Embrace the Beautiful Chaos of Motherhood over the past couple of years for that mom that I used to be, in that utterly overwhelmed space. I needed this book 13 years ago, but it wasn't written yet. So I just took my life experience and healing, all the lessons that I had learned along the way, and put it into the pages to help those moms who feel consistently overwhelmed and just kind of out of it, stuck in a funk, to help them find peace, rewrite their expectations, and kind of come into a new version of their power. And we'll do a little bit of that here today in this video. Let me take a minute and explain what I mean by the angry mom. So here's what I used to think made me the maddest as a mom. Kids not listening, blatant disregard for what I just said, whining, eye rolling, and bickering, right? When they're fighting, oh my God. I saw these as the reason for my anger. It was totally the kids' fault. But then I realized that it wasn't every eye roll or every little squabble that they would get into that ticked me off. So then I started thinking, maybe that means that it's not about their actions, but what's going on inside of me that is the real trigger. So while those are all external triggers, and can definitely set me off depending on the day, no doubt about it, I had to take a deeper look at what the internal triggers were, and that's where the real answers are. So sure, while the whining is super annoying, I discovered that it wasn't the root cause of my anger. The internal triggers were the real cause, right? So the better that we understand what our true internal triggers are, the better we can handle them when they show up. How many of these external triggers can you relate to? And which one just is your biggest pet peeve? Is it the whining, the eye roll? Which one is it? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's get into this, right? Here's what really leads to my maddest moments as a mom. Number 1 is being tired and or hungry. Just run for cover while you throw me a snack, okay? We all get edgy when we need something physically. It could be sleep, it could be food, it could be a better temperature, whatever. So grab a Snickers bar to fix this one, or whatever you'd like to eat, or fix whatever you need to physically in that moment. This one is one of the easiest triggers to fix for ourselves, but definitely worth being mentioned since it can happen so frequently. Always think of this first when you feel triggered, okay? Number 2 is having unrealistic expectations. That could be of someone or of the moment. I know for me, bedtime is the perfect example for this one. I'm usually super ready for the kids to go to bed, way more than they are, especially during quarantine, right? I know, go figure. They also have a very different goal than I do at bedtime. My goal is to get them to bed as quickly and smoothly as possible. But they end up using every trick up their sleeve to steal a few more minutes for themselves. Can I have another drink of water? You know, I don't have to tell you. So sometimes I feel that stress and anger creep up when I'm telling them that they need to go to bed or go to sleep or get back to the bed for the 50 millionth time, and they're not doing it at that same instant. But is my expectation really that realistic? I mean, my expectation is for them to be just as happy to go to bed as I am, but that's totally unrealistic, even though I don't understand it, right? How can someone not want to go to sleep? Hashtag sleep is life. So if there's something that's starting to just piss you off, ask yourself after, do I have one of the physical things going on? Ask yourself, are my expectations realistic in this moment? And try to answer as objectively as possible. Number 3 is lack of quality time. So if I'm fine physically, my expectations are pretty on point, but I'm still getting angry and annoyed, it's most likely because I haven't had some quality time to myself. This is especially true during quarantine for me. I know it's trickier during a pandemic, but it's still possible and extremely important. I'd say now more than ever. You aren't a bad mom if you take some time for yourself. I noticed that I'm actually a crappier mom when I don't take the time for myself, and a much better mom actually when I do, because I know the better that I feel, the better I can mom, the better I can do anything, right? I found that whatever I do doesn't really matter that much as long as it's something that I enjoy. And it's varied every day. So bring in way more things that you enjoy doing and see if that helps curb your mad mom moments. It might just work. The second part of that one, though, is lack of quality time with family members. This can also contribute. So even though you're with them nonstop 24/7, there are probably days, I know for me, there were days that I had a lot of stuff to do and I was getting the kids through their schoolwork, the chores, and I was just like barking orders at them. Do this, do that, knock it off, stop, hey, listen, whatever. And I got on their nerves. And they kind of got on my nerves. So when I saw that I was feeling like this and just losing it on them, I went through this checklist mentally. Okay, is it something physical? What about my expectation? And I had realized that I wasn't spending a lot of quality time at all with any of them, and it showed. So realizing this helped me identify my anger and shift it over to compassion for myself and for the kids. And I know from experience, the days that I take time to connect with each of my family members are not only happier, but they tend to go way smoother. So remember the better I feel, the better I can mom thing? Well, the better my kids feel, the better that they behave too. Everyone needs and wants to feel loved and cared for. Like, it's one of the main necessities as a human. So I know that I'm more agreeable and less angry when I've spent some quality time both with myself and with my loved ones. They are also way more agreeable when we get that quality time in together. So nurturing that connection is an incredible and fun way to avoid irritation for everybody. Highly recommend this one. Number 4 is taking things personally. There are a lot of moments as a mom when our wonderful children can say or do something that kind of hurts our feelings. And it happens to all of us, maybe more than we'd like to even admit it. And it's not easy to not take some things personally. But my dear, please, 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 no, you don't have to. A book that helped me immensely with this was Peaceful Parent, Happy Kids by Dr. Laura Markham. And she does a terrific job just breaking down all the motives behind why kids do what they do and what they're really saying behind that "you're so mean" statement. And once I read this book and started understanding that the majority of what my kids were doing were a reflection of what was happening inside of them, what they were feeling, I had a much easier time taking things less personally as a mom. I'll put her book in the link below. Number 5, last internal trigger is feeling unappreciated. I mean, come on, we're moms. We feel overlooked and unappreciated, and it hurts. We don't have to let this one become an external trigger though. It's very important for us to take inventory of what we are doing and just marvel at our amazing selves. When you put everything that you're doing in a day down on paper, There's a lot that you can give yourself credit for. We are essential workers in our family, right? And it's important to appreciate that about ourselves and to realize everything we're doing right as a mom. Once I get my list going of what I appreciate about myself and what's going on that's right and what I'm proud about, I begin to feel immediate relief when it comes to this. If you can relate to feeling unappreciated, definitely check out the video that I did on this topic. And if you can relate to any of these internal triggers, which one is the biggest for you right now? Let me know in the comments below. I know we're feeling a lot of things right now. All of us, we're feeling different things. It's overwhelming, but here's some real relief for you. One of the freebies that I mentioned from earlier, I'd love for you to try this beautiful free guided meditation that I recorded for you. And it's something that within 14 minutes, you can find instant relief and reconnect with your calm. I've gotten tons of great feedback on it. A lot of moms have been saying that it's been very helpful for them, especially during this time of extra added chaos. So I would love to share that relief with you. The link is below in the description. If you love the advice in this video, give it a thumbs up, please, and be sure to share it with your friends. If you would like even more content like this, check out my other videos, of course, but definitely check out my book, Embrace the Beautiful Chaos of Motherhood, and it's available on Amazon. The link is below as well. Now that you have a better idea of what really triggers your anger, like those true internal triggers, watch when you get ticked off, pay attention to your anger for an easy technique that is life-changing, right? You can use in the heat of the moment to calm down within seconds. It's a really simple technique that I will love to share with you in that video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in that next video and take care.